Hi everyone, thanks for tuning into the video. This video is going to teach willingness, half smiling, and willing hands, which are all distress tolerance skills from dialectical behavioral therapy created by Marsha Linehan. Let's start with willingness. It's actually effective to begin by explaining what willingness isn't and defining willfulness. What is willfulness? Willfulness is trying to control the universe or sitting on one's hands when something is needed. It can look like denying life or refusing to be a part of it. For example, say you go to a party with your friends and you're standing on the side of the dance floor, sipping your drink all alone, rather than engaging and dancing with others. Willfulness is also trying to control the experience by avoiding it or escaping from it. Let's think about doing a presentation in front of a group of people and avoiding eye contact with the class, speaking quietly so they can't hear what you're saying, and facing the board and not the audience. Willfulness can also look like trying to control events, those around you, and so on. It can also look like holding back, saying no, or more commonly saying, yes, but. It can also look like being passive or imposing your will on reality and trying to fix everything, or refusing to do what's needed. Willfulness can also look like focusing on the ego, on self-centered wants, on me, or holding a grudge or bitterness. In comparison, willingness is doing the opposite. It's throwing yourself into the situation and responding to life's situations wisely, as needed, voluntarily, and without grudge. It's throwing yourself into life without reservation, wholeheartedly. Maybe you didn't want to go to the party because you wanted to stay in and relax instead of going out with your friends. Do you think that just being there at the party is going to be most effective for the relationship with your friends? Do you think they want to be at a party with someone who's dragging their feet and not engaging with them? Probably not. Willingness is accepting what is and responding to what is an effective or an appropriate way or doing what works. Back to the presentation example. Do you think that not making eye contact, not speaking loud enough for others to hear you, and talking to the board and not the audience will be effective in getting the grades you want? Most likely not. Willingness is also focusing on both individual and common needs. It's saying yes to the mystery of being alive in each moment, it's responding from wise mind, and it's committing yourself to participation in the cosmic process of the universe. So how do you know if you're being willful or willing? You can ask yourself in situations you find yourself being willful, am I being willful or willing here? If you find yourself being willing, wonderful. Job well done at being effective in the situation. If you find yourself being willful, there are a few skills you can try to turn your mind. You can try observing your willfulness, where you notice it, identify it, label it, describe it, experience it, and say, willfulness has shown up. Then you radically accept the willfulness and accept that in this moment, you feel willful. You can then move towards turning the mind, as in turning your mind towards participating in reality just as it is. And if you find yourself having a difficult time turning your mind towards participating, you can try half smiling and willing hands. Half smiling is a way of accepting reality with your body. Emotions are partially controlled by facial expressions, so by adopting a half smile, or a serene and accepting face, people can control their emotions somewhat. To half smile, relax your face, neck, and shoulder muscles, and then half smile with your lips. Try to adopt a serene facial expression, and remember to relax the facial muscles. Remember, it's not necessary that anyone else see the half smile. It's only essential that you feel it because it's a communication to yourself and your brain rather than other people. One way you can notice the difference between creating a serene facial expression and a superficial or fake smiling facial expression is by practicing. Imagine you're at that party you don't want to be at. Try putting on a phony grin, as if you're trying to make everyone think that you're actually enjoying yourself. Notice the tension in your face and how your face feels. Now, relax your face, starting with your forehead and go down to your face to the lower jaw. Now turn your lips just slightly at the corners, only just until you feel it. And notice how this feels different from your phony grin you made earlier. When half smiling, relax your face from the top of your head to your chin and your jaw. Let go of each facial muscle, your forehead, eyes and eyebrows, your cheeks, your mouth, your tongue, and your teeth slightly apart. If you have difficulty, try tensing your facial muscles and then letting go as you did earlier. Then, let both corners of your lips go slightly up, just so you can feel them. Remember, a half smile is slightly upturned lips with a relaxed, serene face. And again, it's not necessary for others to see it. It's only essential for you to notice it. Your face communicates to your brain, and your body connects to your mind. Let's talk about willing hands. This is another way of accepting reality with your body. The essence of willing hands is this physical position, hands unclenched, palms up, and fingers relaxed. It's part of the opposite action all the way for anger. Clenched hands are indicative of anger, and anger is often the opposite of accepting reality. Anger says, what is should not be. It's an emotion that motivates you to change reality, to fight it, and to overcome it. Anger has its place, but it's not here. To do willing hands, sit very still with your eyes closed and place your hands on your thighs, turned open with palms facing up. Take a breath and notice how this position feels in your body. Now try sitting regularly, as if you were in class or sitting in a waiting room. Think about a time as recent as possible where you've experienced conflict with someone. A time where you felt really angry at the other person. Take a few moments to think about that. Now, while you keep thinking about this person, put your hands on your thighs in a willing hands position. Open your eyes. Notice how you feel or if there's any tension in your body. Typically, it's difficult for people to stay as angry and as non-accepting as they were before they moved their hands into a willing position. As acceptance goes up, anger will go down, and a sense of understanding and sometimes peace will increase. Now let's try and practice them at the same time. Sitting in a willing position, relax your face, let your lips go up just slightly at the corners, and open your hands. It's hard to be willing with clenched fists. It's hard to be willing when you are grimacing and pursing your lips tightly. Half smiling and a willing posture are opposite actions for willfulness if you have a willful facial expression and a willful posture. Your mind's going one way and your body's going another. It's important to practice these skills, and you can practice them wherever and whenever you'd like. I tend to practice these skills when I feel annoyed that meetings are going over time, when I feel irritated while sitting in traffic, or when I feel angry that my partner didn't do their portion of the dishes that they said they'd do. You can also practice when you first wake up in the morning, during your free moments, or when you're listening to music. It's typically easier to practice when you aren't feeling willful. It helps for when you do feel willful, as you'll know what to do. Similarly, it also helps to practice with easy individuals before going on to practice with hard individuals, such as friends whom you love, or maybe some stranger on the street who did something minor to you, versus family members or those who have caused harm to you in a notable way. Also, you can practice while standing up, sitting, or lying down. While standing, drop your arms down from your shoulders, keep them straight or bent slightly at the elbows. With hands unclenched, turn your hands outward with thumbs out to your sides, palms up, and fingers relaxed. While sitting, Place your hands on your lap or your thighs. With hands unclenched, turn your hands outward with palms up and fingers relaxed. While lying down, place your arms by your side, hands unclenched, and turn your palms up with fingers relaxed. Thank you for tuning into the video, and a special shout out to Marsha Linehan again for creating these skills for us to benefit from. Thanks, y'all.